this tonight. And there's a lot of exciting stuff going on. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Carl Eklund. Originally from Rochester. I know I see a lot of new faces in the room that I might not necessarily know, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. It means we're growing like crazy in Rochester. There's no better time to be building this business. And I wanted to schedule this training for a couple reasons. One, we're headed into the holiday shopping season. Two, the hashtag shopping annuity concept that we've come out with is exploding right now. And I want to talk a little bit tonight before we get started and go into this stuff about the shopping annuity. And really what JR's vision is about the shopping annuity. It's really going to change the way Shop.com and Market America is built. And how many of you think you understand it? A couple. Yeah, no, that's okay. It's fair. When I say that, because most people don't. And I'll be honest with you, and it's actually easier, I think, for the new distributors coming in now to learn it right from the beginning. Would you agree with me, Donna? Then some, because for 6 years I've been in this business, I've listened to JR on the stage saying, "Are you guys getting this?" And he's looking at the $1 Million Club, and he's saying, "You don't understand. BV's the lake, IBV, and internet shopping is the ocean. That's where we're going to hit the $1 billion a year mark and $1 billion a day mark, hopefully down the road." Do you understand what I mean by that? Yep. So he came up with this vision, and that's where Shop.com was born, and purchased Shop.com, and converted Market America into Shop.com, and really gave us the platform to take this to a whole different level. And then it comes down to, they look at the numbers. And he shared with us, I was actually called up by JR and invited to come to New York City. They flew us into New York City, and he picked us for a reason. Our team here in upstate New York is probably one of the best at converting their shopping into earning. So but when it's powerful. We're going to talk more about that tonight. But they looked at the numbers across the board as distributors and unfranchised owners. Now we're called unfranchised owners, is a new term we're going to use. As unfranchised owners, if you looked across the board and across the company and across the nation, across the world, there's about 160,000 unfranchised owners. But if you took the active unfranchised owners, meaning the ones that are on auto ship or transfer by, it used to be, now it's auto ship, if we took those, they found that less than 5% of those on auto ship purchase Snap laundry detergent, or actively do much more than just their 50, 100, or 150 BV transfer buy. So that's kind of mind-boggling to me, isn't it? And I know, see, I'm preaching to the choir because we're probably some of the best at it. Besides, unless I could be in Flushing, and then we would be crushed. Yeah. But why do you think when we're, how many of you were at the International Convention recently in Greensboro, North Carolina? When they called up the professional coordinators and the supervising coordinators, what did you see? I saw a stage full of Chinese, basically, distributors that are making serious money with this business. That is not an accident. Okay, so what is it? Do they have some secret that we don't know about? What's that? It's an ancient Chinese secret. They do the work. They understand transferring their spending into earning. They understand as a team, they all work together. They shop through their portals. They wouldn't think of going outside their business. And some of you have heard some of the stuff I'm going to say tonight, but there's a lot of new people here, so some of you are going to see it again. But that's okay, because you need to see it more than once. You need to understand it. I tell a story about Lisa Grant and Joanne Shee, and it's a powerful story because it changed my business a few years ago. And the story goes like this. Lisa Grant and Joanne Shee started the business about the same time. And Lisa Grant told this story at a local seminar she did in Buffalo. I drove to Buffalo and was watching her, and this story stuck in my head. And she told how she's an executive director at the time. She was making $25,000 to $36,000 a month. That's not bad money. But Joanne, she was making like $100,000 a month. Mind-boggling, isn't it? And so Lisa saw her at a convention and ran up to her and said, "Joanne, can I ask you a question?" And says, and Joanne says, "Sure." And she goes, "How is it we started at the same time?" And Lisa Grant's no slouch. She works the business. She does HBPs, core, she's doing the business. She goes, "How is it that you're making this much money and I'm only making this much, and we've basically been in the business the same amount of time, and I'm doing everything I should be doing?" And Joanne listened and says, "You don't want to know," and turned around and walked away from her. And Lisa runs and catches up to her and says, "I really want to know." And Joanne says, "Are you sure?" And she goes, "Yeah, what is it?" Joanne says, "Your team runs out of stuff and runs to the grocery store and buys it. You got a whole bunch of traders on your organization. I don't. My team would never think of buying outside themselves. That's why I'm where I am and you where you are. And she walked away. Do you understand how powerful that is? Is that? And recently, Donna and myself and several other people were invited to J.R. and Lauren's house down in Miami. And well, Ryan too, that's right. We got 3 of us here in this room that were invited. We were part of a special, and Mike too, we have 4 of us here. That's right, wow, that's all. 4 of us from this area were invited to this special task force. There was only like 16 distributors. 4 of us from here were invited. So we went there, and it was to talk about internet marketing and shopping and all that sort of stuff. So JR, we were all sitting in the room with the corporate team, and JR is the last one who comes walking into the room. And as he walks in, we're all sitting there, me, these guys, about 16, 20 of us, and the corporate team, Andrew Weissman, Jim Winkler, all these guys. JR walks in with this big stack of papers. And he's the last one in, and he throws them on the counter. Papers go flying, and he looks at us all, and we're all quiet like this, and he goes, I've been doing some research on you guys. You could have heard a pin drop in that room. We're all like, uh-oh. And he goes, I've been checking your spending habits out for the last 3 years. And we're like, oh, God. And he goes, and I got some news for you. You're not bad. But you're not good either. He goes, so let me ask you a question. How many people in this room, and this is what he said to us, could do better at transferring their spending? Guess how many hands went up? How many of you could do better at transferring your spending? Honestly, all of us, right? And here's what he looked at us next. He goes, why aren't you? So I'm going to ask you guys, why aren't you? I know the answer.
Lazy.
Thank you. It's discipline. You're right, it's laziness. We are not disciplining ourselves to do it. So Donna and I, we were sitting there, isn't this happened, right? And Donna and I were there, and we were as a group talking about it, and we said, we got to fix this, because we buy a business, we've invested in a business that we're going to transfer our spending, right? And this is going to create income for us, because it's going to create points that we're going to get paid on. Why in the world aren't we doing it? So it's like I can see who's doing it and who isn't, because I can look at my reports, I can look in detailed sales, and I can see how much Terry or Donna's transferring into IBV, you know what I mean? And I could yell at them. But what good would that do? They'd say, I don't need to listen to you, man, you're not my boss. They're independent distributors, right? I'm just a mentor or coach or whatever you want to call it. They don't have to listen to me. And I wouldn't do that, because they wouldn't want to listen to that, would they? I'd be pushing people right out of the business. So Donna really came up with a great idea, and I won't take the credit for this, it was her idea. And she said, we should come up with a hashtag shopping annuity campaign where we could say something like, hey, every time we make a purchase, we'll post it and say, I just fed my hashtag shopping annuity. And I'm telling you, it was genius. Because we started doing it, after that meeting, we started doing it, and it has caught fire right now. And they want to take that and incorporate that campaign nationwide and get the whole company doing it. So we're really the pilot program for that. We started this whole nationwide boom that's just taking off right now. So JR he loved it, and they've seen the traction we're getting with it. That's why they want the videos. Donna and Kim did a great one. Terry it was funny. It was good. Terry had a great one with her dog. There's lots of them out there now. We need more of that stuff. We're going to do some videos tonight. When we get done, I'm going to send it into corporate, and they'll watch. You'll all be famous. That kind of fun stuff gets curiosity started. And that's how it makes it so much easier when we start talking about the shopping event. But I want to go through some stuff, because I know some of you have seen this, but I want to drive this point home. This is the power of e-commerce and internet marketing. I just want you to understand why JR is so passionate about it. Because when I had time, we went out to dinner, and he was explaining his vision for this. He goes, I've thought some things would work in the past, but he goes, I know this is the way to go, the shopping annuity. I know that if we can get people to understand transferring the money that they're already spending. I'm not talking about spending one dime more. It'll actually save you money if you follow this program. People are like, well, why are you said lazy? And some people will argue, well, it's money, Carl. I only have so much discretionary income to spend. But I'm like, it all comes back to discipline. And if we can discipline ourselves and then teach our organizations to only shop, and I'm telling you, we're doing fantastic. But we can get better, but we are getting better. I've gotten to the point now where whenever I'm going to buy something, if I can't get it from myself, I feel like guilty. That's how you need to feel. Once you do this, and as you build this in your organizations, as your teams grow, you will see IBV outpace BV. And that's what we're talking about here. And that's what the vision is with this company. And it's doing what you're already doing anyways. It's spending the same money that you're already spending buying the exact same things or better products you market in America than you were buying. It's genius if you understand it and really grasp the concept. And this is where the frustration comes in when and I get it from the corporate end of it. They're like, why aren't you doing it? And it comes down to laziness, I guess. So it starts with us, and I'm so glad you all took time to come out here tonight and sit through this and understand it. Because with the holidays coming, if we could just, the people in this room, transfer our holiday shopping, which you should be able to do 99.9% of it through yourselves. Would you agree with that?
Yep.
I mean, that's not, it's different. It is different. It's kind of, we got to switch gears in our head and start learning how to shop online. But once you start getting better at it, it gets really pretty simple. Because I'm no different than everyone else in this room. I had to learn to do this stuff and shop from myself and find the stores that I liked. And I recently was going through, my wife and my wife's not good Jody's terrible on the computer. Every time she touches it, something goes haywire. I don't know what it is. But even she was sat down for this holiday season, and she says, I'm not buying anything not through ourselves. And she went through and actually started listing the stores alphabetically and seeing where she could find things for our boys and other people online. We're going to do all of our Christmas shopping, and if you don't do it, why are you in this room? Does that make sense? I'm not trying to beat anybody up, but we need a reality check. Because if you get this and you start doing this, you'll see the power of e-commerce. And it comes down to this. This is what 10 grand looks like. Now that would be nice. Here's what 100,000 looks like. 10 million. Now we're getting somewhere, right? How about 100 million? That's a lot of money, right? E-commerce, internet sales in 2012 broke $1 trillion. I think this year it's almost going to be $2 trillion. It's like 1.7 trillion they're projected for this year. So we're almost 1.7, but let's talk about what $1 trillion looks like. This is $1 trillion. This is the guy down here. So here's 100 million, and here's what $1 trillion looks like. Now think about this. We're already past this in internet sales, all right? We're going to be at 2 trillion, so double that. In 2 to 3 years, it'll probably be over a $3 trillion industry. Do you understand why the vision of this is so powerful? And why we need to understand what we're talking about with transferring our spending to earning and buying from ourselves and just doing what we're basically should be doing anyways, right? Which is shop through our own store. So once you understand this, this is where the money's going to be made. Buying the things you already buy and teaching your teams to. The shopping annuity bonus pool. How many of you are on track to hit the shopping annuity bonus pool? All right, that's great. Here's the thing. How many of you want to hit the shopping annuity bonus pool? Thank you. Here's the beauty of it. If you understand it and you read the things that Jared's put out, everyone needs to be pushing hard because everyone in here can achieve the shopping annuity bonus pool. You're crazy if you don't push as hard as you can to hit it this first quarter. Because the first quarter is going to be the biggest payout because the fewest people are going to hit it. Because people were asleep at the switch, so to speak. But even if you don't hit it, you need to push really hard right now through the holiday season and do as much as you can because for one time only, they're going to let those points roll into the second quarter. So you're going to have a jump start on the second. You understand how powerful that is? And if you go way over, the points that you go over roll into the second quarter. So you're not going to be penalized if you do too much. They're not going to hurt the person who's already finished it. Like Donna's almost finished it. I know Dave and Chris have already finished the shopping annuity bonus pool. Congratulations to you guys. They've already completed it. I mean, now, granted, he has an advantage moving products because he's a chiropractor and he has an office, but that didn't help him have IBV. He did that because they shop exclusively through themselves. You understand that? That's huge. So they basically hit it on their own. It wasn't even the customer stuff didn't even show up yet. They basically just transferred their spending. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to start focusing on. I love that new graph. You can track your progress so you know, all right, because I don't know about you guys, but when I first looked at mine, I was thinking, man, I'm not doing as much as I thought I was. I got to get with the program myself. We will absolutely hit it. There's no way I won't hit it because I'm going to make sure I hit it. We're 3/4 of the way there. But you need to push for that hard. We need to push for that hard in upstate New York. We are kind of, Buffalo, Rochester, Syracuse area are kind of the poster children for the shopping annuity. We created the hashtag shopping annuity campaign. We've proved that it works. We've got our people transferring their spending, and it really becomes fun, doesn't it? I love being able to post a picture of my new camera that I just bought through my portal. I love being able to post a picture of the soap and razors and other crap that I bought through drugstore.com. You understand what I mean? Because I got a perfect example. I had a guy on my accountability group, and he had the best post yesterday on our thing. He goes, cold, crappy day in Buffalo. I think I'll make some chili. Oh, wait a minute. I bought all the ingredients through Target, went and picked them up, and made, so we all got paid to eat chili today. Then he showed himself stirring the chili, and he showed it making it. Now listen, the reason I like that post so much, that is a perfect example of where most of us would have said, I'm going to run out to Wegmans, grab the stuff to make the chili, never even thinking that you could pay yourself to buy that chili ingredients, right? So he ordered it at Target, had somebody in Target go run around and find all the ingredients that he wanted, paid for it online, got there, and it's waiting for him at the service desk. See, that's genius, and that's what I'm talking about. That's what we've created, because he said he was ready to walk out the door, and he thought to himself, he stopped and said, I wonder if I could get that stuff through my portal. And he turned around and went back in and bought it online. Do you understand how powerful that is? And his whole team got paid now for that purchase. And he goes, well, it wasn't that big of an order. And I said, stop. It doesn't matter. When we have an army of us like this, making a little purchase, little purchase, little purchase, little purchase, little purchase, little purchase, guess what? That's thousands of IBV coming up, paying you every single week down the road. Do you understand this is a 2 to 3 year business plan after you actually start mastering the basic 5 and building a team? Once you get this to a point down the road, this is like, they call it an annuity for a reason. An annuity, you put a lump sum of money in up front and it pays you residuals for the rest, for a fixed amount of time. That's the definition of an annuity. Is everyone aware of that? With this, you can invest, well, I did the investment thing here, but you've all seen this before where it shows how much this breaks down to, but I know we've got some new people here, so let me explain this slide. In the beginning, you need to make $300 a month. That's our goal, to get this business started. We're all cool with that, right? So, $300 a month doesn't sound like that much money. And everyth's relative, but it's not going to light anybody's fire. You know what I mean? $300 a month. But when I first heard this, I said, what would that equate to? What is that? What does that equate to? $300 a month. $300 a month to earn that with an annuity, you would, or like a CD or something, or an investment, you would need to invest basically $190,000 to $100,000, paying you 4%, which you couldn't find an investment today, paying you 4% basically. But I'll be generous. So you would have to invest $100 grand in order to pay yourself a $300 interest. Does everyone follow what I'm saying with this? Okay. In this business, if you buckle down and start understanding the shopping annuity and how all we're doing is economically connecting households. These guys, their households are all now economically connected. So when Donna bought her stove today, we all got paid. I love her buying a new stove. Here's the concept though. The average person, the average household spends about $1,300 a month on stuff. Now you can argue that with me, but you'd be wrong because JR did the research. And you'd say, well, I don't spend $1,300 every month. No, you don't. But sometimes during the year, you need to buy a new stove. Oh, or tires for your car, or a blow dryer, or you understand the things that you don't purchase every week, but once in a while you have to make some larger purchases, unexpected things. Well, hot water tank, something like that. You can buy all that from Home Depot or Sears or whatever. So if you broke it down, let's just make it $1,000. Let's say you spend $1,000 a month on paper towels, toilet paper, garbage bags, Ziploc baggies, bleach, sponges, stoves, tires, blow dryers, diapers. You follow me, right? Stuff, right? Would anyone argue that point with me, that we spend about $1,000 a month on it? The average household. Now I'm averaging. I understand some people, if they're a single guy living by himself, probably doesn't. But if we average it out, would you all agree that that's not unreasonable? Things that you could buy through shop.com. I want you to understand the shopping annuity bonus pool, why it's so achievable. That's where the $3 grand came from. That's why you're supposed to generate. You should be able to do it with 0 customers shopping on your portal. Just you, if you actually transferred your spending, you would be able to hit that, right? You should be able to. I mean, it should. You're spending that money anyway. okay? And some people argue it, and I love Jerry goes, okay, you're saying you don't spend that money. How much money do you have left over at the end of the year? None, right? What'd you do with all the money? You spent it. On what? Stuff. Stuff. Bleach, toilet papers, paper towels, Ziploc baggies, garbage bags, sponges, tires for our car, a stove, diapers, bleach, whatever. So if we could buckle down and do it, we can create this annuity in a very short period of time. Start doing $300 a month. That's a $100,000 asset. Let's say it takes you 6 months to get to $300 a month residually. Even if it took you a year. If it took you a year to get to $300 check a month coming into your business, you in 1 year created a $100,000 asset that you didn't have a year before. Do you understand the power of this? Now let's take it to executive coordinators. You get up around $1,500 a month. You're an EC. You're making checks regularly. Maybe you might get up to $1,500 a month. That's a $500,000 asset. Now you could get to EC. A lot of people get there in way less than a year, right? Could you save $500,000 in a year?
No.
Could you do it in 2 years? Could you do it in 5 years? Could you do it in 10?
Did you ever do it?
Probably not, right? Most of us are in survival mode in America today, just so you know. Most people across this country, because I talk to them all wherever I go. It doesn't matter if it's upstate New York, Florida, California. Everybody's in the same boat. There's not enough money. They don't have any money to save or invest, right? Get to a professional coordinator. That's a $2 million asset you've created. Professional coordinator. Let's say it takes you 3-4 years to get to professional coordinator. You've created a $2 million asset that's basically going to pay you over $1,000 a week. And it's going to continue to grow because at that point you've usually got some team leaders that are building on both sides of your organization. How many business centers do you have to make that kind of money? Who knows?
2.
One.
You just have to build one. You have to have 2 teams. One BDC will get you to professional coordinator, make a $2 million asset. That's powerful, isn't it? That's why they're saying finish one first. Get it done, and then start worrying about opening up additional ones. Because last time I checked, 187 grand a year was doing pretty good. Put you in the top 5%, okay? That's why you're hearing this stuff. I know we all get anxious and we want to open up other centers and get busy, but unless you're recruiting out, finish one first and lock in your income, because we're not talking about getting a $300 check here. Do you all follow me? If you're in this business and you understand it, you're talking about building a residual income. You're better off building, if you have 5 friends, don't split them up, put them all on one team, build one solid organization, then come back and build your other. It'll all shake down differently, but focus on building the team. When you get up to national supervising at $12,000 a month, and I went on the low end, that's like a $4 million asset. Get up to director, you got $6 million. Andy Dokas, over a $12 million asset. Elizabeth Weber's income. This is Elizabeth's income. Is that insane? It's like $35,000 a week. Pretty good. To start, right? Here's her asset, $45 million to $50 million asset that she now has created a legacy that she will be able to leave to her children and her granddaughter to pay them for the rest of their lives. She'll tell you, how'd she do it? A poor girl from the projects of Boston. How else could she have done this? She says there's no other way. That's why she loves this company so much. She doesn't need the money anymore. Would you agree with me?
Yeah.
Why is she still out building the business? Why is she still out recruiting? Why is she still out doing this? You know why? She says because she believes in the company, right? And she says because you need it, 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 I needed it. She says we can help a whole lot of people find the answer to their problems, and that's marketamericanshop.com. That's why we're so powerful. I already said where this came from. This was our group of people down at that IMBO, they called it meeting, our brainstorming session, where Donna came up with the idea afterwards for the shopping Annuity. It changed our businesses. I don't know about, it changed my business because it changed my mindset. When I came back from that, we started implementing that. We all got better really fast. And today I had some people bring some negative products. Before we leave tonight, I want to do some videos. I want to interview anyone who brought products. I want to make videos because they're really trying to get attention, social media attention through marketamericanshop.com. So we're going to post some videos. Excuse me. For those of you who don't know how this works, here's the hashtag Shopping Annuity campaign. Every time you buy some, and it's important that you understand it, how it works, because the guy Kevin, who did the chili, actually didn't do it right. He did a great post, and he put the hashtag shopping annuity in there, but he shared it on our accountability group page, which was fine because we all saw it. And I said, and I commented, I said, Kevin, perfect post. And then to double check that he did it right, I clicked on his name and went to his homepage or his Facebook page. It wasn't on there. So I was like, well, we already know about Market America, dude. So here's how it's supposed to work. He should have taken that post and said, made chili, just fed my hashtag shopping annuity and my whole family, something like that, funny, try and make it interesting, and we all got paid. He should have first posted it on his personal page. Hey, Dave, I didn't see you sneak in. What's up? First, congratulations on hitting the bonus pool, too.
Thank you.
First one. First one besides Elizabeth in the company. Great. It goes like this. You take a picture, and he should have posted it first, set your settings on your private Facebook page to public, and then you post it out to your friends and whatever. Then you take it and share it to your Market America page. Now, why do we do that? First, and it was funny because he did it last night, I called him up and said, Kevin, he's not in my group either. He's just someone on our accountability group from Buffalo, but I like this post. And I said, Kevin, why didn't you put this on your personal page? And he goes, oh, I didn't even think, why would I do that? And I said, because it will create curiosity. And he goes, okay. I said, you need to do it right now. He goes, I've already done it. It's done. I just did it. I said, cool. And I went back 20 minutes later and looked at it. And the first person said, what's this all about?
Really?
First person said, what's this all about? And he responded, we'll have to get together, I'll show you. That's the point of putting it on public. Now, why do we share it to the Market America page? Because now all the rest of his team knows that he just helped feed the shopping annuity. And he's transferring his spending. So instead of me yelling at Donna and Terry to buy more stuff online, it becomes socially unacceptable for them not to. Would you agree with me? But I didn't have to say a word. Now we're all trying to do it, and I've seen a lot of you doing it. And listen, I know most of the people in this room already get this, but I want to explain, it changed everything. Our IBV went up over 30%, and BV went up like 15 or 20%. Our weak side blew past our strong side, and it was like craziest thing I've ever seen. Only because we started doing what we should have been doing anyway. Does this make sense to everybody? That's why JR called me in, and maybe we're one of the ambassadors. I know Dave thinks that's hysterical, but me, Elizabeth, Todd Lair, because he was used to do shop.com for the corporate team, and Bishop Jordan, the digital bishop, who's building a huge team in New York City. And what we're doing is just trying to get this word out. And explain, I'm sorry, my throat's killing me, but talk too much. But does this help explain what we're trying to do? Does this help you understand how powerful this can be within your organizations? If you create this culture, this DNA as JR calls it, this will change the company. We will go, IBV will become the ocean, BV will be the lake. We should be making way more money on IBV. There's like 30 to 40 million products available through shop.com. We basically have access to almost everything. I mean, even food, you can find besides like produce, you can buy almost everything if you try through yourself and create this monster as your teams grow, and suddenly you've got 25 people, 100 here. Think about it. The average household should be generating 75 to 100 IBV a month. Now, if I just had 12 and 12 people on the right, 12 people on the left, that's a check, that's $300 to $600 a month extra coming into my household for doing nothing else except transferring my spending and teaching 12 other people how to do the same thing. Do you understand that? Then let's say it grows and it continues to go, because when you get to 12, you're going to get to 20. Right? Now you got 20, you got 2,000 to 2,400 coming up. That's $600 to $900 a month coming into your household. Do you understand this? What have you done? What have you done different? Nothing. Right? It's not a trick question. You just switched your spending and you create, and as soon as your new partners come on, you do corings and you train them, because none of us knew how to do this. Some of us might have shopped online, but not exclusively. At least most of the distributors I register don't do that. They have to be shown to start switching their spending and start to get that. We have to create the culture. Does that make sense? We have created the culture. Our accountability group, They're probably the best now in the company as far as buying and posting. It's become socially unacceptable not to. But because see, now it's their idea, not you. You want to post to show that the team that you're contributing to the team. Because we all want to be part of the team, right? That's the fun of this business, being part of the team. And if you can drill this down in the organizations, the stuff is huge. This is just showing some of the posts. I love this one. Stacy Martin with the wine. I never thought, oh, she's in the back there. I never thought to buy my wine online. Now I do it. I don't look like an alcoholic going to the liquor store. It just comes in a brown paper box. That was genius post, because I know Elizabeth Weber saw this post too, and she orders a lot of wine also because she entertains a lot at her house. She never thought to buy her wine online. Guess what? Now we buy our wine online. That was a great post. The flowers I sent to my wife was able to buy online. This is just showing a bunch of different posts. IBV is great, but we also started posting BV products. That's why this past week in our accountability group, we had everyone put their Market America products out. Man, we got some Market America DNA in our group. I mean, they had product, everyone was using the products. They were all proud to kind of display their products. We had new people. I was blown away by all the products they had. I was like, this is a great group of people. We've really instilled this from the beginning in our teams, and that's why I wanted to share this with everyone, because I don't want it to just be my team. I want it to be Rochester, I want it to be Buffalo, I want it to be Syracuse, I want it to be Ohio, I want it to be all of New York. I want the company to explode, because if people start hearing about this, which they are now, they're starting to see these posts on Facebook, like the hashtag shopping annuity. And how many of you are going to a regional convention? Okay, great. I want you all to do something. We're all getting window markers. We've already got ours. You have one with you? You got window markers, and we want to write on our windows, headed to feed our hashtag shopping annuity, our hashtag iHeartMA, our hashtag shop.com. So as we're all driving to Rhode Island, we'll see each other on the thruway. We can blow the horn. But what I want you to do too is take a picture of that, because that's the kind of stuff, it just creates curiosity. What's shop.com? What's a shopping annuity? It creates that interest. So now when you approach someone and say, have you ever heard of shop.com? They're going to go, yeah, I have heard about that. Or if you post something, hey, I just fed my hashtag shopping annuity, they're going to go, what is that? I've seen that on 3. Do you understand what this does? But we're just going to put these, this is some just creative stuff. The videos are funny. They're creative. It just creates curiosity. And when our company is strong as a whole, and we expand, when you approach someone with it, you won't get any pushback, because they're going to be like, I've heard of that before. It won't be, oh, I've heard of that thing, oh, make any money in it. No, we're all going to be making money in it, because we're buying the stuff anyway, right? So this is why I'm so passionate about it. I've been passionate about it since I first came up with the portal tour, saying, this is the easiest way to build the business as far as I'm concerned. I had trouble dragging people to HBPs. They would cancel, or they would not show up or whatever. But once I could show them shop.com or even the online shopping, that made sense, because everybody buys stuff, right? So once we start buying from ourselves, I know I'm driving this point home, but I really want you to get it, because this is the holiday shopping season. You know how much money you're going to spend this holiday shopping season? All of it. Yeah, that'll catch you on the way home, right? We'll all spend all the money we have, because we want to make our kids and our families happy, don't we? Even if we can't afford it, we do it, don't we? Let's be honest. But you're going to do it anyways. Why not do it? Just make a commitment to your team and yourself tonight that you're going to make every effort to buy every single gift from yourself this holiday shopping season, and watch what happens. Okay? That's it with that. I'm going to turn this video off now. We're going to do some more videos at the end.